I have thank you for being here in Chihuahua. This is my hometown state, and at least for myself, it had given me a lot of blessings, and one of them and the joy that we have here in this canyon, and why we feel very proud that you come and visit us, is because of the Copper Canyon. And since you're already here for the Copper Canyon, I think I feel obligated to give you a gift. And it is, I think everything is a matter of attitude. And if we are encouraging, I know that now you have a story to tell when you get back home, that you hitchhiked in Mexico in a Mercedes-Benz, in a Mercedes-Benz bus. It is something to say. I think it has to be always to put a positive attitude, and the canyon will get to you. And I really want to share this experience with you, and I have to thank you again for being here in Chihuahua. And I guess this is all from my side, and I will have to practice now my elbow.
Boring.
Was built between 1751 to 17. People of the supervision, some of the oceans are living up on top. Has a little canal about 3 feet wide and 3 feet deep. Era más importante, they're already on top. So sometimes the like I was saying, started to grow up with the arrival of the Mennonite people back in 1922 in Letters. He was Moctezuma's son-in-law. After Moctezuma was captured and killed, for a while he was but mostly made out of concrete. They have some forms that resemble, it seems to be like bricks on top of each other, but they're not. It's solid, and this is the school. This is, by the way, their school over here to the right for this particular camp. I don't know whether the kids are in school right now or not.
School.
That's... Cool? No, they don't. Huh? How do the Peters, they still in our days, of course, have going to where he is going to be willing to answer all of our questions. It doesn't have. Abraham Peters. Abraham.
Welcome everybody. And I don't know what he's speaking on the road for our family or about our farm, but anyway, you're welcome to see what we have, and you must know that my English is not very good. Just practicing it beside an Arabic is good to learn English. Well, but I would try to do my best. The original German still. Yes. And at home we use a kind of dialect. I believe it's come from Holland, but it's Plautdietsch. I don't know if you wouldn't heard about Plautdietsch. It's a low German. It's no dictionary, not about that, just mom's language.
And this is what the children learn too.
That's what they learn when they are at home. But at the books and material at the school, it's German. It's just German.
And Spanish.
How long have you been farming here and what are your products?
I'm born on this farm.
Oh.
Yeah, but you don't know when, do you? Yeah, 1942. Well, my dad has been starting this farm on 1936 from what was mine. He's been starting that, and I am born here, and I still here.
I was born the same year.
What we raised, oats and maize mostly. Yeah, hard pinto beans, hard beans, and oats. Well, we need the feed for the cow. I don't know how many girls and boys at the grandchildren. Yes.
About your drought. Is this something new, or have you always done?
Before my people came in, the people say that's a dry area. They call it a half desert.
Half desert.
Half desert. That's how they call it. But we have a town 50 miles from north from here. There are a lot of wells to irrigate. But the government is not giving more permit to make water because they want to keep the water for the town. And I believe it's a good thing, yes. But it begins. The Amish people came from Austria.
Yeah.
Jacob Amman. That was the leader. And the Mennonites came from Holland. That's been starting by Menno Simon. That's why they call us Mennonites. We are just evangelists like, yes.
What caused the difference? Because with the Amish, they're very conservative. They don't use electricity, they don't have modern equipment, etc. Compared to what I see you have here, which is very progressive.
Well, I've been growing up without electricity.
Okay.
We didn't have that before. But we have, well, that's what we believe. We have to find a way to survive. And we have to have factories. Well, one of them is the cheese factory. And at the places we need electricity. We need it to cold the cheese and to, well, what everything we do. And then we couldn't stay. We couldn't stay on the same way. Well, and we drive. When I grew up, we drive a tractor with the iron wheels. It was not allowed to advertise, but it's a hard land and less water, not much water. It's hard to survive, and then people begin to buy tractors with the rubber tires, and they could do a better job on the field. Okay, and then they say that if we want to be a good person, we can do that on a pickup. And if we would be if we would like to do bad things, we could do that on a horse also. And when things going over in 1979 and 1980 and 81, it was the time when people get over to the pickups, cars, and well, everything. And then he was not agree with that. He said no. And there was more people on his side, and then they decided to build a new colony in Paraguay. On 19, he moved. He and my mom moved.
Is that he there? Is that your father there?
No, that was also one important person, but that's not my dad. You will see my dad's pictures when you go meet my wife. Well, then in 1981, he moved to Paraguay, and with a group of persons, and they built a new colony there. Okay, 7 years later, when I get next, in 1982, I went over and well, he have kept that way. But 5 years after, I mean, and 7 years later, when he moved, on 1988, when I moved also again to visit him, and he had electricity inside. but he never had to drive a car and a pickup. He passed away in 2005. He passed away, and he never did have a car and a pickup, but he had electricity. Because Paraguay have a big hydro plant, and the government of Paraguay said all what you can do electricity, you do that, because we have to import the fuel, and we have a lot of electricity. You have better exchange for electricity, whatever you can do electricity. But that kind of family, it could be in 1960, probably, when things begin to change. Some just a few people in the community, they changed in late 1950, 1960. And then they bought all the pickup, but that was just a few families. And one of this family had a son, he wants to be a doctor. And he went to the high school at Guadalajara, south of Mexico, and he learned to be a doctor, and every people here they say, oh, that's a bad boy, he's going out of the community. And after he comes to be back, and when he's been a doctor, after all people go over to him. He's still here. But that's just one doctor. But now there are more boys and girls they take class. I don't know exactly where, but no, nobody's saying nothing. That's free to do. Preaching all that's free to do. You can't do it if you want.
How many people in this community?
21,000. 21,000, yeah.
21,000.
Is that private?
This colony.
All Mennonite?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
one doctor? Wow. One doctor?
No, you can.
Yeah, that's just one Mennonite doctor, just one Mennonite. The rest of them, well, now we are Mexican also, but we go to town, and we believe that's good doctors.